Sorry, can everybody hear me? Type in the chat for me. Perfect. All right. Let's get into it. I'm going to go over today's price action, September 19th, 2022. Working off our weekly bias coming into the week, we were looking for bullish price actions into this daily area here. This is just half the range. I was looking for this sell side liquidity pool to hold. We did have SMT between ES at the lows. One second. As we see, ES here made lower lows and NAS didn't. I was really looking for the lows not to be taken prior to our move up. I'm not one to anticipate an outside week meaning both extremes of the previous weekly candle to be violated. I'm not one to predict that, but NAS not making a lower low, as well as DXY failing to take the highs, is sign enough for me that my weekly projection so far is intact, that we are going to be having bullish expansion at the beginning of the week and then bearish expansion to close the week, and eventually be taking out these lows and expanding further. All right, let's get further into today, starting with the AM session. Now, AM session delivered into sell side liquidity pool. On NAS, we had equal lows. But on ES and I think the Dow is YM, they both took out their lows. So we had bullish SMT here. I missed the opening entry for the day. Right here, we have a sell side liquidity delivery, and then a bullish shift in market structure by taking out this high. From there, we return back into, I believe, OTE from that bullish shift. Yep, right into OTE, rebalancing more of this for value gap and taking out this swing low right here. We create a secondary shift in market structure. Now here, this has, much more energy. So I was definitely looking for higher prices confirmed here based on the lows holding, as well as a shift in market structure here, and then a sequential break in structure. Opening entrance that I was looking at was this order block, specifically the 50% of this order block, which it just tapped so handsomely, as ICT would say. Personally, I was waiting for a low time frame model to form off of this area. I was expecting like a 1 minute model to come back down to here, and it just never came. It just left, and it just continued to leave without me. I was expecting, since this would be our dealing range here, I was expecting price to be coming into the equilibrium area of this price range for entry. However, it just did not. AM session was bullish, and then we started consolidating in. There's a 4-hour fair value gap that I just removed from my annotations up there. But so here's your AM objective. We had some expansion. We take out this buy side liquidity pool, moving into lunchtime, right? Moving into our lunchtime, we have a sell-off. Now, I know from group chats and some other things that a lot of people saw this as a bearish shift in market structure here. And really the only way you're not going to get caught up in that is having a correct bias. My bias came from dollar expansion and weekly expansion here. So where some people see this as a bearish shift in market structure, you take out this low with energy, make a sequential break in market structure. Some people are looking for sells up here, but we were always looking for higher prices. This is another entry I missed, right inside my 5 minute for 5 minute for value gap perfectly, as well as just tapping my 15-minute order block with the candle closes, respecting it beautifully. Can't make it better than that. Now actually hunting for a PM session entry was definitely excruciating. Getting caught up in this was terrible. And it's really like, the time of like navigating your way through something like this. This is where a lot of people will burn equity because they'll be like, oh, it's bullish here because they see this, and then we'll take out this swing low, and they'll try to sell or they'll try to buy here, and then they stopped out here, and then they might try to sell, somewhere in here and get stopped out again. But you really have, like, when it's like this, not certain, like this is clear accumulation. After like this second hit right here, you should know that this is an accumulation. So we're looking for a liquidity run and a shift in market structure. Now, we did get that. Towards the end of the session, around 3 o'clock or 2:30, right? We have this, and a lot of people are going to be like, oh, this is a bearish shift in market structure. It has so much energy. It's coming down. It's breaking a swing low, breaking a swing low, breaking a swing low. But again, we're looking for higher prices in the beginning of the week. So this creates a bullish shift in market structure. I sent this out in the group. So what we were doing, we're waiting for our retracement. What do we know about dealing ranges? Dealing ranges are the last time that sell side and buy side was taken. We had sell side taken here, and we had buy side taken here. So that makes this our new dealing range from here to here. I do ask that you guys don't unmute yourself. Thank you. Sorry about that. But yeah, new dealing range created, dipping below equilibrium right here, and just touching into OTE perfectly, as well as coming and digging into this 5-minute order block. Now from here, like the first entry, I'm looking for a low time frame model inside high time frame sponsorship. So this sponsorship came from the 5-minute. Right. And it's a little sloppy here. But here you have your stop hunt here. You take out this swing low here. Then you have your bullish shift in market structure, 5-minute order block right here, fair value gap. So that's your framework. Now going back down to the 2-minute, pulling our drawings back. 2-minute has your bullish shift in market structure after we've already created a shift in market structure. So this is your internal shift in market structure. So we have our sponsorship from the 5-minute, and now we have a 2-minute entry model. Here's a fair value gap. Here's a tag into this, and that's our entry. Stop below the swing low. And then target was, for me, a buy side liquidity pool on the 30-minute. Here. Sorry, maybe not the 30-minute. There we go. Right here. Now, why did I pick here? Because this is a stop hunt, right? You have this swing high, and we ran the swing high. So for me, there shouldn't be, even though we're rebalancing this fair value gap, to me, there shouldn't be as much liquidity here as there is here, right? Because if this is running liquidity, that means liquidity was just taken. Turtle Soup model still works there, right? But if I'm going to pick a swing high that comes after a rebalancing here, I'm going to assume there's going to be more liquidity here. Granted, it still ran much higher without me, but we do not need to catch the entire piece. So that is how I framed the trade for the day. Having my daily bias really carried me throughout the day, especially through the consolidation in here, as well as not getting mixed up as this being a bearish market structure shift. I will get into tomorrow, let me just clear this stuff real quick. All right, let's see what we can expect for tomorrow. All right, so on a daily time frame, why are we framing bullishness? Multiple reasons. Weekly expansion, I'm still expecting bearishness, right? We went over that yesterday. I'm still expecting bearishness. Why? Because we were oscillating from outside liquidity, inside liquidity. So that means for me, the next weekly draw is down here, outside liquidity. Okay, let's frame that with the daily. Same thing with the daily. The daily took outside liquidity. That means we need to go seek internal liquidity. So what is internal liquidity? For me, it's the equilibrium of this new dealing range. This is a swing high. This is a swing high. So we took internal, then external. So now internal is next. So we're still looking up here above the equilibrium. If I wanted to refine this range, I'm looking at this order block in the daily PPR, BPR inside of this daily fair value gap. Now, how can we get there? That is our question. So where is this? Is technically an order block, even though this candle also went lower. 4 hours doesn't capture it nicely, but this candle closes below the liquidity pool, sell side. So this is going to be a sensitive area of price. As we see, we already tested and rejected it here. This will be a mitigation block here. So this is something I'll be watching for tomorrow. Tomorrow's target for me will be, again, this is off a weekly order block. Tomorrow's target for me will be this swing high. I want to see this get taken out by tomorrow, and even possibly this one tomorrow, because that's going to put us in striking distance for the following morning to be in this area here. I want to be, around this area or in this area come news time. So hourly left us this mitigation block, and this fair value gap. So we're going to be looking for low time frame models inside those areas. And that is it. That is going to be how I approach tomorrow.